Now this is interesting. We've been given the formulas for x and y with respect to time, so displacement with respect to time as a function of time, sorry, not with respect to. Show that the Cartesian equation for the shell's path may be written as well that. So essentially we're going to do some rearranging. So, question A. Well, obviously, t is x over v cos alpha. We've learnt that. That's the whole point of this exercise. So y, I'm going to sub that in, minus a half times g times t squared plus v times t times sine alpha. Alright, so it should just be a matter of plugging, doing this and rearranging stuff to get everything on one line. Notice how the answer we're going for has no fractions. So let's do this. Oh, it also has, no, it's got tans, nothing else. So minus g onto, sorry, I'm going to rewrite this, minus gx squared on 2v squared cos alpha plus x tan alpha, and if you remember, which I don't, so I'm going to scroll up and remember, no, not that one. This is like the trig identity I never remember. Sec squared is 1 plus tan squared. I mean, it makes sense when you think about it, but I never come up with it on my own. And I thought of that because I've got minus gx squared over 2v squared, and cos squared alpha is on to the bottom, so that's sec squared alpha, x tan alpha. I'm going to replace sec squared, so I've got, before that I'm going to times everything by 2v squared. 2v squared y equals minus gx squared. Sec squared is 1 plus tan squared. X tan alpha. Now if I get everything on the same line, on the left, then I've got, and I want to get my x squareds first, and then my x term, and then my y constant terms. So I've got gx squared plus gx squared tan squared alpha plus 2v squared y plus x tan alpha, sorry, minus x tan alpha because it's on the left now, equals 0. And what they've got is just a rearrangement of that. Oh, they've got tan alpha as like u squared to make it a quadratic in terms of tan alpha. Nifty, which means we've got tan squared alpha there. So this is like, I'll write what it's like shortly. Minus x tan alpha plus, and then I've just got gx squared plus 2v squared y equals 0. Cool. This is like a quadratic in terms of tan squared. If let u equal tan alpha, this is u squared minus u plus just whatever constant. So you know how with the quadratic, if we've got au squared plus bu plus c, well, so we can use our quadratic formula. A is going to be gx squared, b is going to be minus x, and c is going to be this gx squared plus 2v squared y. Anyway, that was just an aside. I'm just assuming we're going to need that because they've got two answers that look remarkably quadratic-y. Suppose V is 200. Shell hits a target, position 3 Ks horizontally and 0.5 vertically from the gun. Okay, so we know V is 200 meters per second. We know X is 3 Ks horizontally, 3,000. Y is 0.5 vertically, 500. Because we put in G is minus, we'll put in G is 10. Hang on. We're going to put in G is 10 or negative 10. Positive 10. Okay, and now we're going to solve this as a quadratic. So we've got tan alpha, or u or x, equals minus b. So we've got minus negative x, so negative 3,000, plus minus the square root of b squared, so negative 3,000 squared. Take 4 times a, which is gx squared, 3,000 squared, times c, so 10 times 10,000, 3,000, plus 2 times v squared, 200 squared, times y, which was 500. I'm assuming a lot of this simplifies really nicely. 2a, so 2 times 10 times x squared, 3,000 squared. So 10 alpha equals, so I've got 3,000 plus minus the square root. I'm going to put whatever's that square root in my calculator. So I've got negative 3,000 squared. Take 4 times 10 times 3,000 squared times brackets 10 times 3,000 squared plus 2 times 200 squared times 500. Oh, wow. I probably should have simplified this. So I've got gx squared, tan squared alpha, yeah. Minus 2x v squared tan alpha plus 2y v squared plus gx squared. So my a in the quadratic formula is going to be gx squared, which is 10 times 3,000 squared, which is 9 times 10 to the 7. B is minus 2xv squared. So it's minus 2 times x, which was 3,000, times v squared, which was 200 squared. So that's negative 2.4 times 10 to the 8. And c, which is 2yv squared plus gx squared, which is 2 times 500 meters times 200 squared plus 10 times x squared, which is 3,000 squared. 1.3 times 10 to the 8. I'm just wondering if I can simplify this any. Because if the whole lot equals 0, then I should be able to divide them all by the same thing. So I'm going to divide them all by 10 to the 7. And I'm going to get 9, negative 24, 13. Okay. Cool, now I should be able to do this easily. So tan alpha is minus b, so minus negative 24 plus minus the square root of negative 24 squared. Take 4 times a, 9 times c, 13, all over 2a, which is 2 times 9. Okay, so this is 24 plus minus root, no, I don't know that, so I'm putting in my calculator, 108 over 18, so it's 24 plus minus square numbers that go into 108, that's 36. Yeah, so 6 root 3 over 18. Divide all those by 6 and I get 4 plus minus root 3 over 3. Which is what they wanted. So tan alpha equals 4 plus root 3 over 3. And tan alpha equals 4 take root 3 over 3. Cool beans.